What's going on, guys? I've got here a 2001 Honda Accord. I'm going to use this car to point out to you a few things about the headlights, the high beams, the low beams. So to start with, I'm going to show you how you can actually change the bulbs themselves. Your high beam bulb part number is HB3. Your low beam is a 9006. But changing them is pretty much the same regardless. So if we look at the high beam bulb, you can see there's some Phillips screwdriver. There's some Phillips there. You don't have to mess with those. You just reach in, grab this assembly, and rotate it counterclockwise. It might be stuck in there pretty good, but you just rotate it and it will come right out like so. Now, after you have the bulb removed from the housing, it's just a simple matter of disconnecting it from the wiring. You do that by pushing in on this tab here while you pull the bulb and the connector apart. Now, with the bulb out, take a moment to inspect the connection inside the pigtail or the headlight connector. I have seen instances where you can change the bulb, but due to corrosion or a bad connection here, it can cause your new bulb to not work properly. Now, installing the new bulb, take care to not touch the glass. You just click it into the connector. You can apply dielectric grease on there as well. And you slide this in and then rotate it clockwise to lock it in position. Now, the low beam is pretty much identical. Counterclockwise to come out. And it can be in there pretty good, but counterclockwise to come out. Again, you push on that tab to disconnect it. And pretty much the same way to install it. You just put it back in the slot and rotate it. Now, after showing you the bulbs, let's say you change the bulbs, or the bulbs are good and the connector is good. Time to look at the fuses. Now, there are a number of them to check out. So the first ones to inspect are under the hood. They're behind this cover, which we remove by pushing in on the tab here and here while we lift up. Now, there are two 20 amp fuses. This one right here is for the driver's side. So that's for the driver's side low beam. This is for the passenger side low beam. And on cars that don't have daytime running lights, these also provide power to the high beams. On cars that do have daytime running lights, the high beam power comes from the daytime module. Now, what's cool about these fuses is, do you see the exposed metal on the fuse? What you can do is use a voltmeter or a test light to see if these fuses are getting power when you have the car running with the headlights turned on. If these are not receiving power, or if one of them isn't receiving power, the next thing for you to check are the relays. So this is the driver's side lighting relay, and this one is the passenger side lighting relay. When these are turned on, they're supposed to send power to the fuses. So this one provides power to this fuse, and this one provides power to that fuse. And if you're having problems with these, you can actually swap them with each other and see if your problem goes to the other side. If it does, then that's a pretty good indication that your relay is bad. Now, let's move inside the car because there are a few fuses for us to check in here. And I'm going to start on the passenger side. So behind this cover here, we're going to find a fuse. It's located in position 10, which is right here. Now, the voltage of that fuse, the amp rating of that fuse is going to be different if you have a sedan or a coupe. The coupe will have a 15 amp fuse here. This car is a sedan, so this one has a 10 amp fuse. Power from this fuse is sent for the license plate light. And on cars that have daytime running lights, power from that fuse is also sent to the daytime running light module. Now let's move on to the driver's side, where we'll find the final fuses there for us to check. One other thing, the fuse that I just showed you on cars that don't have daytime running lights, power from that fuse is sent to the headlight switch. Now in here, open this up. On cars that have daytime running lights, you will find a 7.5 amp fuse in position number 5 right here. So power from this fuse is sent to that daytime running light module. So yeah, I hope that this information was a good starting point for you in checking out the headlights on your Accord. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. And also, it's important to leave some advice if you have discovered anything that might be helpful to people figuring out the headlights on their car. So yeah, thanks for watching.